I'm going to be spilling the sauce on how you guys can shoot the very best recaps and also edit them as well. I've been shooting a ton of concert recap videos over the past year and a half, and I'm getting so much knowledge on how to make them as best as possible, engaging as possible, and how to actually get in contact with the artist and their management team afterwards. After shooting concert recaps for over a year and a half, like I said, I've been asked to go on tour with Don Toliver, Ski Mask the Slump God, Concrete Boys, and that's just by doing probably just over 10 concert recaps over the past year. I'm going to put all the screenshots on the screen so you guys know I'm not capping. There's valuable information in this video, so make sure you guys stay to the very end. Now, before we hop into this video, my brand new plugin FastFX is finally out. It allows you to instantly add hits, shakes, wipes, and a ton of other transitions inside of your video in just one click. Everything is fully customizable. I'm going to be using this on every single one of my projects going into the future, as it adds so much energy so fast. You definitely need it as a time saver, and the effects are just so crazy. So if you guys want to go download FastFX, it'll be in the description. But let's hop right back into the video. So first, when it comes to securing your way into the concert, people think this is the toughest part. I have sort of a platform, as you guys can see here. I have 30k followers on Instagram, which like you would think is crazy. I'd be able to get into any concert possible, but it really isn't that insane. I feel like the easiest way to get into concerts is looking at them and then looking at the openers. There's been so many concerts where I've gotten into them and met crazy people like Drake here, for example, just because I got in through the opener. For the Drake one, for example, just to give you guys a scenario and how you can use this for yourself, Lil Yachty was throwing a show in Toronto, and I had contact with one of his artists that was signed to Concrete Boys named Draft Day. He came to the city for the concert, but the day before the concert, I shot a music video for him, and then that linked it immediately, so I got to go and shoot the concert recap, and then I got to go backstage and I met Drake, met Lil Yachty for the second time, and then shot a fire recap. But that's not where it ended. I went home that exact same night, edited those recaps for everybody, Lil Yachty, everybody in Concrete Boys, and sent them to them the same night. You got to be on your shit when it comes to this, because these artists don't play around. Not to say this in the mean way, but they're gonna forget about the fact that you shot them a concert recap so fast because their life is moving a million miles per minute. So you got to get to them as soon as possible, and once you do that, they're gonna be like, fuck, this guy's on his shit, especially if it's fire, and they're gonna want to work with you more. To show you guys some more concert recaps that I've shot over the past couple of years, I have this Lil Yachty one right here, and then I have when I met Drake, the clip right here. If you guys want to go check it out, my Instagram is @tinytapes. You can look at these more on here. And then you have like Draft Day's recap, which was right here. And then I did like the rest of everybody else's recaps throughout the video. That's DC to Trill. Here's the Ski Mask the Slump God one. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the audio so you guys can see it. Now, this video is more about how to get into concert recaps, how to take fully advantage of them, and how to shoot the very best ones. If you guys are actually looking for an editing tutorial on how to edit them, I have a bunch of live streams on my channel where I come home, I go live, and I edit the entire recap live for everyone to see. And I have a couple of videos as well on how to edit live recaps. Next, you have this Osama-san one. For this one here, I shot his thing, but I actually only shot half of the concert, went home while the concert was still going on, edited it and sent it to them, and they were blown away. Like, they told me, like, I think the first comment on here somewhere, let me just look for it. Yeah, it's Shaq right here. It said, bro, what? We just left the venue. I sent them the full edit. I drove home, which was an hour drive home, sent them the full edit before they even left the venue, which blew their mind. Osama-san's manager followed me, and I've gotten his number now and his contact information. So the next time he comes to Toronto, I can then shoot a music video for him. So I'm a music video director and editor, and I use concert recaps as a way to get in contact with the artist and to potentially shoot a music video for them as well. That's my main goal. Now, while you're shooting a concert recap, what I like to do is shoot the entire thing in 60 FPS or 120 FPS. I have my Sony a7S III, the exact same camera that I'm shooting this tutorial on now, and I run that in 4K at 60 FPS in S-Log3. I shoot it on a 28 to 70 millimeter lens. It's like this Tamron lens. It's the only zoom lens I have. I recommend using a zoom lens because you can really get a variety of shots. You can get the really cool zoomed in ones, or you can get the zoomed out ones. That's all the camera settings I recommend when shooting the artist. Now, when it comes down to actually shooting it in the movement, I recommend just turning your camera on and recording absolutely everything. You do not want to miss a minute. And I'm telling you guys, the crowd is the most important part as well. A lot of the crowd footage in these concert recaps that you guys see is actually the crowd turning up to the DJ before the actual concert. So for a lot of these concerts, like a Summer, for example, the DJ will play Playboy Cardi, which like is crazy, makes the crowd go wild, especially if it's like a bunch of 15-year-olds like this. So I'll make sure to get there early and capture all of that, because that's going to be honestly the most hype the crowd's ever going to get for the entire show, sadly. When the artist comes out for the first song, it's usually pretty crazy as well, and I use that, but make sure you're getting shots of the audience turning up to the DJ, especially when Cardi turns on. So as soon as you hear the intro to New Tank, fucking turn your camera on. Now, you guys can see there's a lot of slow shuttering here as well. I recommended shooting the entire concert and literally just recording the entire thing in one go, but I like to turn my shutter speed all the way down and then crank my aperture to get some slow shutter shots. And then I whip my camera around like this to use as transitions, and it just overall works very well to blend everything together with a flow. Here's this little Tekka concert recap that I shot. Now, the way I got into this concert was I had a contact with SoFago. SoFago was an opener when I got into the concert because I shot for him. The exact same strategy that I told you guys at the beginning of the video. Now, the way most of these really big shows work is they only let you shoot the first 3 songs of the artist in the media pit, and then they kick you out. But they don't kick you out of the venue, they put you into the pit in the crowd. So like a lot of the shots here where like you see from far away is after they kick me out, like this one here. I recommend just getting as much close-up footage as possible for the first 3 songs and then go back and get all your other pickup footage at the end. You honestly just want to get as much as possible for the recap, and I like to keep my recaps around like 20 to 30 seconds. They don't have to be too long. You basically want to pack the entire thing to be super energetic, and you don't want it to be boring for one bit. So here you see the entire timeline with just the sound design. I have a full tutorial of breaking down how I did this exact video, so if you guys want to go check it out, it's on my channel. This is a Dom Corleo one I did. This night was crazy, but if you guys are wondering, how do you get on stage? How do you get behind the artist? Now, most of the time, if you're getting into the show, they're probably not going to let you on stage. I know the people that actually threw this concert, shout out First Class Fest, they brought me on stage, and Rich Amiri's manager actually brought me on stage and kicked off every other videographer, which was honestly, I felt bad for them, but it was such a sick moment. They were like, yo, Tiny Tapes is the only one on stage, because they knew I was going to kill it. They had so much proof from me sending them my videos, and I've shot a music video for Rich Amiri before, that they knew I was going to kill it. It was nice because there wasn't 1,000 other videographers on stage, but build good connections with the management. Make sure you know the people who are hosting the concert if you can. I'm telling you guys, if you go to enough of these, you're going to start to meet people. Just be friendly, exchange Instagrams, send them stuff back to them like I was saying as soon as possible. The same night, I do that all the time and everybody's surprised, but you're just the first person to send it to them and they're going to think about you first. I did this SoFago one as well. This is when I really got into shooting them. And I forgot to mention as well, shooting this concert recap, which like I shot this SoFago one, and then before that, the only one I ever shot was a Lucky one. This is my first ever concert I shot, and then right after I did the SoFago one. It was because I showed SoFago's manager this Lucky one, and then SoFago's manager asked me to do it. But then with this SoFago one, I actually got to shoot Summer Smash for 3 days in Chicago. I drove out there. The Lyrical Lemonade wanted me to shoot it because of this video. This is what they were talking about. They said, yo, we need you to do some work like this. And I went ahead and shot all the footage just like this. I think that's all the tips I have. If you guys think I've missed anything, let me know in the comments down below and I'll answer all your guys' questions there. You guys can also follow me over on Instagram at tinytapes. And if you have any other questions and I don't respond to the comments, shoot me a DM as well. I'm super open to talk to you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.